Yeah, I guess I'm just like throwing you into this, huh? This is a episode of Don Talks, homie. It's gonna be
Oh,
episode number
downtown.
dos. I haven't done an episode in a while. I did the first one last year in like December, I think,
Mm.
and then it was just me, like a 20-minute video, um, just explaining like what I'm gonna be doing on this, and it's just me like kicking it, bro. Like that's it. And then also though, like talking to, I want to talk to like business people, bro. Like, because I feel like in what we're doing, like we're only learning so much about like business when it comes to like marketing our music and stuff like that. Whereas I think if I talk to people in like other aspects that are doing like maybe not even necessarily EDM, but like maybe they're an artist but in another genre or something like that, like how they deal with their business, and then also other people that like that just started their own clothing brand, like stuff like that, because I feel like letting people in on that side of the coin and stuff, I feel like that's good information for people to know. Just in general, because I feel like EDM people specifically, they or like DJs specifically, they skip they skip over that part because they're so like passionate about like EDM and whatnot that they skip over the fact that it's still kind of a business and whatnot, and no one tells them that shit. So like, I want to make this to where it's like that focus kind of, but at the same time, just like talk to homies and shit like that.
That's cool. I mean, this is a good way to do it. There's a lot of mechanics that goes on behind just making music. There's the marketing, there's branding, there's if you want to create merch, there's a whole system of websites and how to ship it out to the people, your fans, and that's a whole nother thing that I've also dealt
Facts.
with. Um,
And see, that's why like a reason why I kind of wanted to have you up right here, because yeah, like a lot of people know you. I mean, people know you as Segera mostly, right? And that's music. But what a lot of people like don't really also know is that you do a bunch of other shit like within the music, but that's not necessarily music. So you do all your own graphic design and stuff like that, right?
yeah, I say it's made a lot of money.
That's a bitch to do, bro.
That's
Like,
a
not
challenge.
like, trust me when I say like that shit's dummy difficult to learn how to do, and that's why people like go to people for like what you like what you do. You're like double as valuable as just an artist. You're
Mhm.
a valuable as an artist, and then on top of that, a visual designer. You know, and I feel like that shit's, like I said, it's hard, and at the same time, people overlook that aspect of trying to do that
Yeah,
because like they think, oh, people are gonna do it for me.
or they don't think it's that as important.
Eh,
Artwork is just as important as the music itself. It's a
Facts.
reflection of what your creativity and expression is towards it. And if it's kind of like lackluster or not as appealing, people might skip over it when they're just looking at the thousands of songs that they see on SoundCloud or Spotify. Something that catches a person's attention also helps too, and having that, you know, getting them to listen to you in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. I also think too, like specifically with artwork and any visuals you put out in general, like content in general, people put out. A lot of people overlook the aspect of it has to look like of quality and like good. And I mean, good is really subjective. Like when I say good, that's really subjective. What I'm really getting at is like quality. It has to look like you spent time and like it's thought out and whatnot. Because like so many people are doing this that they will be able to tell like maybe you only spent like 5 minutes on this artwork, or maybe you only spent 5 minutes on like this visualizer. Like maybe you just put it, like it looks like you just put it in an application, and like the application is off your phone and you didn't really do much else to it, right? But and that's easy to see. I feel like you could spot that out like real easy, and like what a lot of people don't get is that like you said, that's just as important as putting out the music, because people do like put ourselves, say we never did music, right?
Mm.
All the effort and stuff we did put into music, people put that shit in just artwork.
Yeah.
You know, so as much dedication as you put into making music, some people put that dedication into making artwork. You know, so like when you do that, you're also like trying to make it as good as those people. You know, and I feel like you're able to do that. Like you're at a level now where I feel like you're able to do that. Like you're able to like um grab your ideas that are in your head, like your visual ideas, and make it look really good and of quality, and it's in your vision. Like, how long did it? I want to say I kind of know how long it took you, but how long do you think it took you to do that?
I think to get to the point where I am with Segera,
Yeah,
I think maybe like at least 2 years. I say I started messing around with visuals like way back early in the pandemic because we had nothing else to do. So I was like, all right, let me just work on stuff. So then, like, it was like a year of messing with it, getting to know After Effects, Photoshop, Premiere Pro. And then from just the last year, it's been really dialing down in this type of look that I want and the type of feel that I get from when I produce my music. So
yeah.
that's,
Um. So like, you said pandemic, right?
yeah.
I remember a little even before that. You've always been like kind of like dabbling into that kind of stuff, though, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I think just creating, oh yeah, yeah, just creating my own little whatever. I don't know, just to artwork
Uh huh.
because I didn't have anyone to make it for me.
Yeah.
I just made
'Cause
my own.
I remember like you always having like making visual. I remember you showing me specifically a lot of times like a bunch of visualizers of when you were I want to say Shake or something before
Yeah, no,
Segura,
you're right. You're right. You're
right?
actually refreshing my memory. Yeah, I had like visuals
Yeah.
way back early in
I
the.
just remember that I was looking at your old ass laptop or the laptops at the time, and that shit was dummy buffering. Like you could barely even like push play and see that shit. And then at that time, I was like, damn, bro needs to get a better laptop. But now that like I do stuff like with visuals and whatnot, I'm like, nah, damn. He was working. He was working, fam. Like he wasn't tripping. He was working. But like, yeah, no, that's dope to see though. Like, not a lot of people are gonna sit down. Not a lot of music artists in general are gonna sit down and try to learn that.
Mhm.
Like that's like people. Like I said, people take that as their own
It's
creative
just
thing.
as time consuming as making music. And if anything, like if you really want to get to it, you have to get like reverse and put a good portion on that first, and then come back to music. It's just like a uh, time management really. And I even want to go further into like 3D
Like
art
some
and stuff like
Blender
that.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like just I don't know 2D flat stuff is just not doing it for me anymore. I want like something to look at and watch and like really create like world building type stuff. But
Mm.
that's just that's another whole game.
And you just let me ask you this: because you're saying that, is it because you want to make like more like imaginary shit, like shit that's not really in the real life?
Stuff that I can get like yeah that I can't touch. It's like something I can visualize.
Oh, okay.
A type of because I do like I like films. I like to I want to create something in that aspect, almost like a director, but like it's my own thing. It's like this is what
Hmm.
I visualize. I don't know.
So like how you showed me and Carlos the video of who was it? Not Briox.
Bauer,
Bauer, yeah,
that was
Bauer.
beautiful. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly the type of stuff I want to go for.
And like how Flume recent like that music video I showed you with Flume, like stuff like that, right?
Super, super like imaginative and
Got
out
you.
of this world.
So when you're like creating music and whatnot, is that what you think of like out of this world type
That's
shit?
funny. No, I don't. I don't think of anything regarding artwork when I'm making music. I make the music, and then I listen back, and I'm like, all right, well, what does this make me think of, or what kind of journey can I put folks into, or what kind of story can I create just from
Huh.
this? I
Yeah.
do the music first, then I do the artwork. It just for me, it
Uh,
just works like that.
so then there I with you saying that, knowing that you want to do stuff like that, I really want like 3D visualizers of some of your tracks now.
Mhm.
Like Wish You Well, bro. I need a three.
Oh,
Like
that would be
I
so
need a
good.
3D
I would want to
visualizer
go
for
back
that
to,
shit. You
especially
know
that song. Go back to that song, but
that one, and then I flipped my car into a ditch
um,
and got away just because of the title name, not necessarily because of the track, but that title name makes me want to visualize it to
that
that
would be
shit
cool to
now.
make a visual for that. I can
Yeah,
already imagine it,
you could
but
be like a first person view, like you're just in a car and shit, and yeah, that'd be sick. It's funny though, like because when you say that, I like when I think visuals, I think real life. Like
Mhm.
I want to relate my shit to real life shit for some reason. Like how you're like that's your idea, right? Of how you want to make your like image or how you want to express like the music and whatnot. I feel like for me, I want to do that, like have imagery to it, but I need it to be real life imagery. Like I
Mhm.
feel like that's how I want my shit to
And
connect.
that's cool too.
Like even if I want to relate some like sad shit into some music, that means I gotta go find some sad shit or
With actors, really? Or
that or real. You know what? Yeah, with actors.
sure.
But if I could get like some real life shit too, like that'd be really dope. Like, not necessarily filming a tragedy or anything like that,
Mhm.
but like say like being in I don't know, just certain shit. Like I have like I've said this before in the last Don Talks episode. I touched on this too, like how I want to do like documentary films and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like I sway into that because it's real life, and I like putting music to real life scenarios.
That
Like
makes
even when I did like a little visualized video for you,
Mhm.
like I liked putting
Oh, that's cool
music
too.
to
It gave me more like a kind of almost like a day in the life type thing.
yeah, yeah,
Not in a
yeah.
sense where it's like we're recording
We're
what we're
talking
doing,
and
but it's stuff that we're doing. We're interacting with our environment, and it's
yeah,
just something that folks can watch and like know where we're from, or maybe get to know us a little better. Like, oh, hey, he went and visited that one cool place. Like, I know where that's at. Like,
facts exactly
that's yeah, that makes sense.
and stuff like. But I also do really want to dive into like I feel like at the end of it, like what I want to say, I walked away with film at least
Mhm.
is saying I made my own documentary about a subject matter I really care about. Like that's something that I feel like at the end of everything I need to do. Like one of my checkpoints to do the list on my extended things of goals because I feel like music is just one part of it, but it's an important part of it. You feel me? I feel like once I could be like successful in music, or at least a level of successful I think is success, I could start branching off into doing other things. Like, and not to say I'm gonna limit myself from being successful in these other places while I'm DJing, because I'm definitely not. Like, I'm already doing editing shit and whatnot, so I'm definitely not. But I feel like music is still a goal of mine. Doing, like I said, a documentary or something, it's definitely a goal of mine. I do want to like not act per se, like I don't want to be an actor, but I'd be down. I want to feature in something, you
You
know?
know what that kind of gives me? It reminds me of also probably a really good example of storytelling in electronic music was the music video with Getter and Oliver Tree. Um,
Forget it.
Forget it. That music video is so good,
It okay, yeah,
so good.
that's exactly what like it's real life
Uh
imagery
huh.
to music,
Yeah.
or I could even say
To
that
the
Alice.
lyrics too, and the story that they created, and they don't say the
It's
people
so
don't say anything.
bleak, like
Yeah, they don't say anything, but you can see from the actions and how the story develops. You're like, oh snap! It's such a twist at the very end, and you're just like, what the fuck?
exactly.
So good.
Same thing with like the Alice in Wonderland when they had homeboy. I forget what track it is. I think it might be I want you. I think maybe I'm tripping, but it's the dude from Superbad, Fogel. He's in the music video,
Yeah.
and like the way they just tell a story through that whole video where he's the one going out there and like like committing like some bad, but it's like actually in reverse type shit or whatever. I think I forget, but
Or another example, Borgore and Miley Cyrus. Decision. No,
decision
no.
exactly, bro.
Okay.
See, like you're in my head.
Oh god, that's a good storytelling.
Honestly, that's one of the tracks that really like got me to delve into EDM to be like, okay, e- that's a track to make me see that EDM dubstep specifically is getting out there.
Oh
Bro, they
yeah.
had Miley Cyrus on a dubstep track with Borgore.
And you know what? I
Fam,
don't think it really got the appreciation that it
it
truly deserved. For us folks, we were like, yo, that's cool as fuck. But it just didn't peak and it hit the
I
pop
feel like it was
ceiling.
too early.
Oh,
It was just
definitely.
maybe like 2 years too early because Skrillex hadn't even really popped like that yet, did
With
he?
Justin Bieber and
It
Jackie Ola.
like
If that song came out during that time, whew,
it'd
yeah.
be a rap. It'd be like yeah.
Yeah.
That was definitely a staple in EDM. Even though like people might not have seen it, but that's like when now that I think about it though, Borgore does this a lot. He's done it with Waka Flocka.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He's done it with G Easy. You
Yeah, you're
know,
right.
so
Yeah.
like
I
now
didn't
that I
think about
think
that.
about it, he really does uh bridge the gap with like pop, not pop, but like mainstream almost. Because those artists I would say are mainstream, like a Waka and G-Eazy and Miley Cyrus. They were all mainstream at the time, you know. I wonder, you know, now that I'm thinking about this, and I don't think I've ever really leaned in and tried to look at it. Was Borgo ever signed to a major label?
I know he has no, I
I know he
just
has Bygore,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean like because this happens with a lot of rappers. They'll be signed to a label, but then start their own label underneath that label, but they're still technically signed.
I don't
So I don't know
think
if that was his situation. Like he was signed to a label, then he made his own label.
I don't think he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, but if he was, it would make sense how he got all these connections to these people. You know,
Sure.
like a Waka, a Miley Cyrus, and a G-Eazy. It would make sense, like if they were all on the
Now
same
that I
label.
think
You
about
know,
it, I don't know how he came up with that.
that's what I'm
Back
saying.
then, yeah. I don't know.
He was tapped in, and he's not even from America. That's why I'm just like even more like not obsessed with him, but really like intrigued by how he did what he did. You know,
Truly, I think he's is yet to receive his flowers for I think all the work he's done. To be honest, he's been in the game just as long as Excision, but he's in his own
right?
realm. I remember listening to him when he was like guided relaxation, dubstep guided relaxation, something like that. That's a long name.
Dubstep guided relaxation.
Got into when that first dropped, and then just started listening to it ever since then. And then you and I both attended his boat party. That was so
Bro,
good.
that will forever be legend. Like that's
We almost didn't make it.
oh shit.
We almost didn't make it. We got so
Bro,
fucking
we got
lost.
lost. I forgot about that.
And we got there and there were like what 10, 15 minutes right before leaving.
Maybe even less, bro.
Probably
Maybe like
even less. We were
5 or
literally
something like that.
the guy told us we were the last ones on the list. To get on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh snap.
yes. And someone had told us, like, oh, we think it might be over there. Like, we had
Mhm.
walked to one side of the port and the other side, and we were,
I remember that.
yeah. But, like, bro, do you remember all the people that were there?
Yeah, it was stacked. It was so weird to have been in that situation.
Max, bro, 100 people.
Yeah.
Max at
And-
that place. And that's why, and the tickets were so cheap, too.
Yeah.
They're like, what, like 80 bucks? As soon
Yeah,
as
they
I
were-
seen
they were
that shit,
cheap.
bro,
They were cheap.
I was like, I'm going. And at that time, he just dropped his album, and I was heavy on his album.
for his release party. Yeah.
And see, that's another thing. Like people sleep on Borgore for, bro. He drops good albums, like he actually tries to make it like cohesive and whatnot. He has his own vocals and shit like that. Homeboy's on
That
it.
event was special, and I was wearing his shirt too. And when we met him, I was like, "Oh, he's like, oh, dope." Yeah, it was a cool thing meeting him, and then everyone else who
We
was
saw
there.
Jaws.
It was
Okay.
Okay,
Shay
Gray,
Gray. Ash
Ash Riser,
Riser.
RIP.
R.I.P. the guy.
and
I got
then
a picture of my. Oh, dog. Who else was there?
did we say okay? Yeah, we said okay.
Jaws. Who else? Oh,
Oh,
I think-
Kennedy Jones.
Kennedy Jones. And I also think that we didn't realize, I think Ray Vlope was there.
Ray Volpe.
Yeah, Ray, that's how you say it, Ray Volpe.
I want to say that.
I want to say he was there too.
Really?
We just didn't realize it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was there. I'm almost 100% sure.
I don't
he
remember
was there.
seeing a guy like that, him. But again, at the same time,
We weren't looking. Yeah.
I wasn't looking. I was too busy, like Borgore.
Just in all of the whole situation, bro. Like they were
like
we're in
literally
the
standing
music
this
video
way,
for,
this close from him from DJing. He was like right there. And then
Legit.
there was just a fucking table in front of you.
What music video was it that they filmed that we're in? Wow, you can see the back of our heads, fam. Don't play me.
No way, yeah.
Yeah, you remember they
I don't.
recorded?
I just remember them filming a bunch of stuff, but now
Yeah, you get, bro. I looked at the video and I was like, hey, that's suspect.
I think you might have showed me.
Yeah, for sure. I was that hooked that I would for sure
That's
showed
so
us. But let's fast forward it to tonight, fam.
What's going on tonight?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little like.
Are you nervous?
Look,
It hasn't hit me yet.
I've been trying to say, like, in my head, I've been trying to like kick it off. Nah, it's not. It's just another. It's just but I feel it in me, bro. Like I'm like not shaky,
you should
but
be.
I
You
feel
should
the
be
antsiness.
excited. You shouldn't just like, nah, it's not. Because then eventually you're gonna get used to that, and like every event should be really special. Like tonight, we're gonna play right after Michael Sparks.
Right after Michael Sparks, dog.
Don, the money man.
What do you want to go down? Now, what are you expecting? What do you want to happen after this set? What's your ideal? Like, this is the vibe, okay? Like
That the sync button is off. But
yeah, I'm really gonna be analyzing the fuck out of his fucking layout, like how he leaves it and shit. I promise you, bro. We're gonna if you got the sync button on, I'm gonna announce it on the mic. I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, Michael Sparks just had the sync button on. I promise you, I'll do that shit.
No, we're gonna take a minute to analyze and not just jump into it so quickly. All right, we got all night, but it's gonna be a special night. I got a bunch of music I want to play out. I know you have a bunch of music you want to play out.
I'm not gonna lie. There's gonna be. Other than the desert rave, I don't want to say that I don't count it as like an actual like gig and stuff, because it is, but that's just I feel like the people that go to the desert rave, they're just in it. They're the dude. Like those are the people that are into EDM. So I don't really like count those people as like a mainstream audience. You know, I count them as like still like an underground. This show's like, I don't want to say mainstream show, but like Michael Sparks is headlining.
I say mainstream only the fact that because this is at an established venue.
Concert
Whereas if you're just doing it off on like underneath a bridge, that's different. There's a whole different vibe doing it at like a actual building on a street and downtown versus I'm not talking down on like desert raves or anything like that at all. It's just that this is a whole different thing.
And we're main stage, you know, and it's like we're legit support for home. Like this is a whole different caliber of like, a whole different tier of performance, you know. And I feel like I really haven't thrown this type of set. I mean, I can't because it's a back to back. I still can't give myself that credit yet.
Probably the biggest event I've done so far that I will do.
Okay, yeah.
In terms of
so like, far, maybe
in terms of artist caliber, like it's a pretty big show.
Yeah. I'm just really excited just because I'm gonna have a lot of my sisters and their friends are all gonna be out there. So I'm really excited for that. Yeah. I'm really excited for that aspect. And I'm really excited to show this is gonna be the first time they hear me play my music. That's
so funny because growing up you'd probably have all just
dubstep and weird trap shit.
Or no, just like doing DJing the family parties.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they've seen you do weddings, quinces, and all that, and like now it's like this is your,
and like they like my sisters have come out and seen me play before, but they've came out to the shows I'm playing, maybe like a side stage or like super opener. I mean, I've actually for Lowen, I've never played that a main stage slot for them, but it's also because like I've had the options, like Carlos gives me the options too, but at the times at the events and stuff, like that's when I felt like the outside stages were just looking for me were cooler and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So like the fact that this is a main stage, we're gonna have our visuals up there. Mm-hmm. Like I want to have a lot of content. Like I said, my sisters are gonna be out there, and like this is gonna be the first time they hear me play music I've produced, like while I'm DJing, you know. And I'm just like. I'm just waiting for the moment I could grab the mic and be like, "Hey, this is my track right here."
You have every right to do that.
Yeah, and I'm just hoping like people are fucking like dancing at the time. I mean, look, I played out a couple of these tracks before, and at the Desert Rave, bro, like I felt good after when I DJ'd that there. Like I felt really good because a lot of that was a lot of my music, and I let everyone know, and it was cool. So I'm really hoping like I could get that same almost vibe, not the same vibe, but reactions to when I drop my shit and whatnot. That's all I'm really looking forward to, bro. Like I really just want to drop my shit and see that reaction. That's what
Mhm.
I'm really looking forward to tonight. Is just because I actually made tracks curated to this type of event.
Sure.
So now that I'm playing my tracks at for this type of event, and now I'm really getting to see, all right, what is this track gonna really do? How does this track really play out? This isn't just my room
Yeah,
no more.
it's
This
like
isn't just a
it's the
mix no
big
more.
leagues. I
Yeah,
would
that's what I'm
say
saying. This
it's
is
like
like
there's no practice there. It's like you had all your practice here in your bedroom, making stuff
legit.
on your laptop, and then export it to your USB, play it out, and you're like,
This
oh,
is
that's where it really counts. I think so. It's a different feeling, especially when it actually like pops off, and so it's like yeah, it's a different feeling for sure.
for sure. Yeah, bro. Like I'm really. How do you think the show in general is gonna? I think it's gonna sell out. Like I granted it's tonight.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure the third tier already sold out.
Yeah,
We're on the fourth tier. But like I
there's always
think
those last minute folks who come in.
and plus street people walking, it's gonna be packed. For sure. I already know
Yeah.
like there's gonna be hella people. I know hella people are coming out just for Michael Sparks.
I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. like the other day, I was like, oh, it just occurred that we're going right after him, and I'm like searching for
Hey,
music. I'm like, I gotta go back and search for more music. Like,
bro, I'm not gonna I've been stressing the music.
oh, I'm cool
I'm
now,
trying
but
not I was bro, I don't even know now because like me
that's
and
fine.
Carlos, like we're so in tune with the same music. We've not really, but when we've I feel like if we know we're catering towards an event, our line of thinking is kind of similar. And then like when I think, okay, maybe let me try to go sideways with this. Maybe let me try to play more like not club edits, but more like poppy music and stuff like that, that with a mix of what the event is. And then I'm like, oh shit, Jose's DJing.
Hmm.
And Jose does that. You feel me?
Hmm.
Like, and now I'm just thinking everyone on this lineup who's DJing play nothing but fucking bangers
Uh-huh.
and groovy shit.
Uh-huh.
So now in my head, I'm just like, damn,
Yeah,
these are
yeah,
some
yeah.
heavy fucking. Not even counting Michael Sparks, fam.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not even counting him in. Like,
He's
I already know he's gonna play like I'm really banking on him playing mostly his shit.
oh
I'm
yeah.
really banking on that, and then some
So
bangers here and
that's
there.
why I wasn't too worried. I'm like, all right, he's gonna play all his own stuff. I just gotta avoid
I'm
that
worried about everyone else because
else. Yeah.
Vile, bro, on his shit, dog. Like
Uh-huh.
every time I go see him, bangers, something I'll play is in his set for sure. Same
Uh-huh.
thing with Carlos. Something that I'll play is in his set
Uh,
for sure. Jose, something that I will play is in his set. Me and Martian play the same set. So it's like I don't even know, bro. Like this is gonna be very it's gonna be fun to see, but I
I
know
like
it's gonna be a good
it's
night.
fun. I like to think I have different stuff. I come up with a different headspace when it comes to house.
Maybe I'm overthinking this, but bro, I try to go so left with the music I picked.
That's
So
good.
left.
Let's go. We'll see how this goes. Cause I don't know what you're playing. You don't know what I'm playing. It's honestly just gonna be
I
up to
just
them.
know when we played. Oh, we played at that spring base a little
Oh, but
like
that was so calm. I was
yeah,
like
yeah,
just
no, no. But the fact that I feel like I was able to understand what you were trying to do when we were
sure.
playing. Like you'd play a song and I'd be like, okay, and I'd play something and then you'd be like, okay, and we were
Yeah.
able to bounce each other, and I like that.
That's how I like doing back to
Yeah.
backs at least.
Some people like to really curate if they're going back to back. They're like, we really need to curate what we're gonna be playing. This has to be good, sound good together. Like I know, like a lot of like Jose and not Jose and Vile, Husky and Vile, Bro, they went through all their music and shit. Not
Oh,
all
they
their music,
studied.
but
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, I know
Carlos was telling
Jose
us.
and Martian, they put in some work together and whatnot too.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Everyone studied together? Nah.
But I mean, like, we've done this, but like,
Sure.
honestly, like, out of everyone I've ever went back to back with, I probably had like the best back to back experience with you, and it was that one time at
It was here, no?
it was at it was like a party for one of George's and Henry's friend, Choli's friend. Remember, it was like at like some random ass like big yard and stuff. There was like BP tables set up in some place.
Yeah.
And we went back to back for like a cool hour or so.
Yeah.
I had a really good time there, and at that time too, I feel like we were just playing music we really fucked with.
Yeah. That's how it has to be, to be honest. Because
Yeah,
if you don't fuck
so.
with it, it's obviously not gonna reflect on your body. And I hate looking at folks who just stand there. I don't know. That's just me.
Facts.
Or like not really feeling it. I don't know. That's me from like the.
All right, guys. If you guys see him standing at all, bro, in any of his sets, take a picture,
Take a picture,
and then send it to him and call him out. Be like, "Hey, you standing?" Fam.
Like if you see my story today, the hedgehog, I'm the little hedgehog. Like,
in all his pictures, bro, his face has to be blurry. If not, then he's not doing his job.
oh my gosh.
But yeah,
no,
bro.
excited.
Michael's, all right. So you haven't told me, and I gave a suggestion of what we should start off on, but I'm just not going to play that song in general. I didn't even put it on my USB because I said if it's not going to be that song, I don't want to use it at all.
Okay.
Yeah. So what did you have in mind?
Oh, I have a song in mind to start it off. Like
what is that vibe though? What are we going with? What is it?
It's right off the bat, just energy. Just boom.
BPM. Just give me the BPM.
It's like 130.
130. Okay, so it's fast. Okay. So 130 is what? 165? It's 65. All right.
Are all your tracks?
Yeah.
Halftime.
I do it on purpose.
Okay.
So the reasoning behind me doing that is because I mix a lot of trap and like down tempo shit, right? Sense. So if you halftime house music, it's in the same tempo as trap and stuff like that, you know? So it's easier to beat match it, to sync it together. I don't use sync, but to beat match it and to put it together and whatnot. So like say I'm gonna put in a trap song that's at 70, I'd rather beat match it to 64.
Yeah.
Or,
no, you're right.
So
and that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just for me, I'm just like, I have to like divide and think and like
I'm gonna have to do the same shit. Okay, look. Let's get this shit out right now. 127 is 63.5.
Okay.
That's 127. 129 is 64.5.
Oh no, well, we're definitely gonna lose today. If there's any 0.5s, bro, I'm definitely bringing out the calculator on stage. I'm like, ain't no way I'm doing this.
Nah, fam, we're not doing it.
I'm gonna just have the calculator open on the side.
No, there's a new feature in the Nexus 3000s in the CDJ 3000s.
Oh, we're messing with the 2000s tonight.
Nah, bro. You know what I'm talking about. You didn't see the message? I don't know what you're talking about. No. I actually did spin on the 3000s at the Desert Rave.
Oh, cool.
I don't fuck with them.
Oh, no?
Or I maybe I'm just not adapted to how they are yet. They're totally different, bro.
Oh, they must be nice.
No. They look really nice. The functionality wise, it's very... Like you could say CDJs in general are digital, right? That's very digital in a software aspect. Like it's like you're running record box directly off your CDJ. So now think about like how much of a lag it is to run a software off of a hardware. There's kind of that you know.
So there's like software in it. It's not just getting whatever's in the USB and just playing it from there.
Yeah, exactly. Record box. I think
that's why it's such a. Actually,
yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, right. Why it would be not a lag, but like there's
it's like plugging a hard. It's like plugging an external to your laptop.
Exactly, and then trying to play off of it.
Yeah.
That's exactly kind of what it is. But like, it's just because the whole screen is bigger. It's touch screen, so that when you touch into other like folders, it's kind of it's just weird, bro. Like I really would need to get behind it and get used to it. I don't know if they will ever become a. Honestly,
really expensive right now, right?
Yeah, and I don't think like clubs are gonna want to spend the money to even get them in there
because they're fine using the the stuff
And
they
the
have now.
2000s, the Nexus 2000s, I think right now they're better. I think in functionality they might be a little better. Maybe not in like
They get the job done.
in tech like features.
Sure.
Obviously, maybe the 3000 beats it, but other than that, you could do basically everything.
Yeah.
There's no difference, and I don't like that the fucking hop cues are along the side, like on the top right here,
Oh, that's weird.
not
I didn't
on
see
the
that.
side.
I didn't know that.
I don't like it. And at the top, at least put it on the bottom, bro. Like I don't know. Like maybe they just try to be different.
They just want DJs to be reaching farther now. There's like
Make it actually look like you're doing something.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be messing with the filters, like.
I'm not gonna lie, you pulled off some shit when we DJ'd the spring bass
What did I
thing.
do?
Like you were using just a regular filter, and then you hit dub echo and then let it go out. And I was like, oh, okay, Mark, I see you.
Don't watch me DJ. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you do. Like, all right. What is DJing, bro?
That's a good question. Because honestly, even I think I think about what I do.
Did it sound good?
Sure. I mean,
then
when the transitions
that's
are cool.
it.
And then I think about it. I'm like, and then I like belittle it. It's like, bro,
yeah, you belittle it.
I'm literally just playing music and pressing play. And then it makes me feel bad. I'm like, what am I really doing? That's different.
Stop that train of thought. Because look, I get there too, and I get depressed. And I'm like, anyone could do this, but anyone can't do this. You know why? Because you know how to count music.
Oh my god!
Not everyone can count music, fam. Understand that. There's a lot of people out here that doesn't know where the one of a song is.
Prior to DJing, I didn't even know that you can count. There was some form
measurement.
Measurement. Something to, like
measure.
Measure like structures of the music.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I don't know. Everything prior to beginning to learn how to DJ, I was just listening to the sounds coming out of my speaker. That's it.
I mean, it's all
vibes. But it's still here. But now I have so much more information.
And now because of that, we're too critical on ourselves. When we need to not be that and remember that we're just listening to sounds.
For me, it's super hard to get away from it or to pull the plug and just enjoy it. But even when I'm out,
do you think that's why you listen to, per se, like metal and stuff like that? Because you can't really visualize how to do it?
I think that's a good explanation. I don't know. I don't really listen to a lot of electronic music. You and Husky know this. I'm listening to a lot of metal, rock, punk rock, other stuff. And then when I want to create, I'm like, okay, let me get into this thing. Oh yeah, that's the thing too. That's where I pull a lot of my drum structures from.
And you could tell.
And then I bring that into electronic music. Yeah, of course, I do love dubstep. I love house. I love techno. I listen to it, but it's not something I'm like consistently listen to on a daily basis. But I do enjoy it.
I'm the exact same way, bro. I don't listen to this. I only listen to if somebody lose the tempo or something, and then when we go out. That's the extent of really what I want to listen to.
That's a healthy, relationship with music,
EDM,
so you don't get burned out from it.
And I don't want that to influence anything I make in EDM. I want everything that I make purely off of my own mind and what I'm taking in from everywhere else. I don't want to be influenced by EDM.
I feel it. If I listen to a bunch of other electronic artists, I'm only gonna
sound like that.
And I'm only gonna sound like the circle I'm in. But if I'm like pulling out from different places and stuff like that, then I bring this into and I make it electronic.
I feel like with your music, you could definitely hear it. Like you said, with your metal, with your drum structures and stuff like that. With me, I do it with a lot. I'm very influenced by like hip hop and R&B. But the thing is, with R&B, like it's hard putting R&B into EDM, especially because R&B is supposed to be slow.
I think I take the groove pocket of R&B, the way that everything sits is just nice and flowy. I take that into consideration when creating music. If I'm like heavy on R&B,
I feel like I try to mix like the way I would produce a hip hop track into EDM. Like I like using hip hop elements in EDM, especially when it comes to like kicks, snares, and hi-hats. Like I really like what hip hop producers do with it, because they don't. I don't know if you know this or not, but a lot of hip hop producers and people, especially R&B producers and stuff, they don't like synthetic sound.
No,
They
they
like
want like
real
real
raw natural.
organic, yeah, real
Yeah.
sounds and stuff.
So I like being able to get that, those real nice, and manipulating that because it sounds more real, but at the same time, it's hard to get that blend of live instrumentation and real feeling in EDM, because in EDM, that's not what you want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear everything
Hard and punchy.
polished and
Yeah.
exactly punchy and whatnot. So I feel like when I can, like, I don't know if you recognize it in like the music I make or not, but like when I have my snares, specifically snares, bro, I always leave that pocket open. Like when the snare hits, you always hear like a reverberation, like that. It's almost like someone's just like, I don't know how to explain it, but I always try to take those type of elements into EDM, and I just don't want to be pocketed into just you make like just eating. I don't know, bro. It's hard to explain it. Like because I've made music outside of EDM, right? Like I've done other shit.
Yeah. I've
I
heard
put
that.
out an album with just not
Rap.
EDM music, right? And like some stuff with guitar samples and stuff like that. But I feel like I haven't found a way, my own way of putting that into this type of into EDM yet. Like I'm not there at a like a Barely Alive type where he could take legit different sounding genres of different years. Like he made that whole 70s, not 70s, the like that 80s
80s, yeah.
retro
That was really
sounding,
cool.
and made it into an album, right? I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do shit like that, but I feel
Sure.
like it's just steps I have to take until
Just
you're there,
practice
right?
gradual
Yeah.
growth from your typical sound now and where you want to be later. And it's just about practice.
But like stuff like that, like I really like shit like that.
Mhm.
And even though like when you think of producer, what do you think? The word producer, when someone says, "Oh, I produce."
It's like a split between like just a beat maker or I don't know when I think of a producer. Sometimes I think the producer. I just think that they make music.
See, so like, cause say you just met someone randomly at a coffee shop, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm a producer."
When I think
You
of,
automatically
yeah,
think
I
music.
tie with music. I know it's probably unhealthy, but it's like because I know there's like other stuff in like
Film
film.
producer, like there's a bunch like well, film, but like there's also like management production producers, and
Uh-huh.
like like a bunch of other. I want to the word producer for me. I want to be used in that term where
Hmm.
I'm a produce. I just produce shit, not necessarily music. I produce it. So say like I I want to do something like Barely Alive did, right? But I'm not necessarily making the music. I'm just finding the people and putting them together to make
Like a
that type
DJ
of.
Khaled type thing.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm also gonna be like, I'm not gonna be hands off. Like I'm gonna
Sure,
be
but you'll be
making music as well. But I'm gonna find these
yeah,
people
definitely
to.
hands on in the
Yeah,
process and stuff like that.
and I feel, but like also I want to do, like I said, when this leads back to the whole film, like how I want to direct. I want to be a film producer and documentary. Like so when I say producer, bro, like I feel like I really want to just produce shit,
Be well
content
rounded
as well.
and
Like I produce podcasts, bro. Like
you're getting there.
yeah, like this. That's what I'm trying. Like I'm trying to branch. Like we do. I don't. I showed you the skits, right? Producing
Oh yeah.
skits
Yeah,
and stuff like
you
that.
guys are making a lot of content, different
Yeah,
stuff per
like
se.
I don't want to be boxed in with music, because I feel like people could use that as a knock on you. Like, oh, you're just a music producer.
Mm.
Nah, bro, I'm a producer in all aspects of things. I make shit happen.
No,
Like
you
that. That's
and
it.
you and Husky are doing work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say yeah. Like yeah, we're doing work. We're trying to do the
You guys are
work we
working.
can. We don't, bro. Honestly, it's so hard to say like we're working, because do you think this right here is considered work?
Yeah, I think it's
Some
work.
people like right, but at the same time, it's like we're just
For it, it there's that split between like it's versus where it's a hobby and something you enjoy doing versus it being an actual job. And there's that split right now where it's for us, this is our time right now. This is our own time. We're making stuff. We're doing whatever, talking about whatever we want to talk about. And then we make content with this.
So you know how people say like, "Oh, I successful people." They say, "I put in the work. I put in the grind," and you don't necessarily know what that means. I try to think, is what I'm doing that grind they're talking about? Like, say we were just average people that weren't necessarily DJs, right? After we get out of work, do we? What is their grind?
I don't know what simple folks would do.
I mean, we're simple folks. I don't want to say
I'm
we're
not
not
saying
but-
like, oh, I don't know. There's a whole different problem. I know we spoke about this before, or like, what would our lives be like if we didn't get into music?
like, would we be hyper focusing on something else?
Yeah, possibly.
Because we're those type of people. Are we just those type of people that
I think we
hyper-focus?
just hyper focused on this, whatever passion this was. I could have easily gone into cars or skateboarding. We might have gone into video games, or Carlos could have definitely gone into video games.
Yeah, bro. I said this when Popsicle was here, bro. If you weren't a producer, bro, I guarantee you would have been a famous Twitch streamer right now. I could almost guarantee that shit from him, bro.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Like his.
Oh
brain,
yeah, I really enjoyed you guys' interview with Popsicle. It was very interesting.
Appreciate it.
Shout out for always mentioning me on there.
Yeah. So. Oh hell yeah, you here?
Yeah, I watched.
Bro, you're like one of the most referenced person on the podcast, I think, out of everyone.
Yeah. So funny.
Homeboy fucking try to call Ulasile and shit. You saw that? Today the Guess the Tempo video came out.
Oh, and the Guess the yeah, I watched the 2 videos part. I didn't watch today.
Yeah, so we have the new rule where you can call a producer on video, and if they answer, they can help you.
That's so funny.
he I guess he's close, like that's his like close buddy is Ulasile. Yeah. So like he called him, but he didn't answer. I was like, damn,
missed out right there. That's funny.
Yeah, but fuck, what were we getting on? Oh yeah, but so like if say we weren't hyper focusing on like DJing and stuff like that, are we still? Would you think we'd be grinding at something else? And then I'm saying that to say like. I'm trying to think what is a grind and not music, because say like, bro, I listen to a lot of people talk. Like I listen to a lot of podcasts, interviews, and stuff like that, and I listen to successful people because they're successful, and I don't want to listen to other people that aren't. You know, like that's just my mindset.
You surround yourself with folks that you want to become.
Exactly, and they always say like, who's that Gary whatever dude?
Gary V.
Yeah. He says like he's not an artist in any facet. He's an entrepreneur, right? He says I'm grinding. I stay up late. Like I guess I'm grinding. What is that?
I feel like at the end of the day, you're grinding to make some money, to survive, to enjoy certain things that only money can buy, like food, shelter, and then once you meet the necessities, then you can go beyond that and treat yourself to luxury. But I feel like for everyone's grind, really, it's just like, it's just to survive, honestly, out here. Whether or not we were doing music, I'd probably be grinding at my family's work. That would be my grind because I have to support some type of income for myself.
Yeah.
But, it can be with anything, not just music. There's a lot of people doing different avenues of some form of expression creatively. There's the video editors, there's artists, there's people who do.
I bring that up to say like sometimes I'll be doing whatever it is, right? And I'll think, am I actually grinding? Is this the grind? And when people say, oh yeah, I've lost sleep over this and that, I've lost sleep over this shit, but I don't know if that's what they're talking about. Like, because I lose sleep over it because I want to lose sleep over it, though.
I think it comes down to a personal preference where are you taking the steps towards your end goal? Is me staying up till 4 a.m. every for the past 5 nights, make creating these steps towards someday playing EDC. It's like, oh, here's boom, boom, boom. I grinded for 1 month and some label noticed me. That's a step in the right direction. Then that label release actually made me notice to get a gig at Academy. That's another step in the right direction. I feel like that's how you can break it down so you can
I feel it.
see your roadmap better. And if that's that can help if that's actually your case. If you just want to make music just to make music, go for it. But there's a lot of folks who have different ideas or just different avenues of where they want to go with this. It's all personal preference, I think.
Yeah, I'm just really like I said, caught up in the whole what is the grind, like that. Like
Mm.
honestly, that shit plays in my head a lot. Like when and it pops up in my head a lot when we're producing when I'm doing work for Lose the Tempo, like stuff like this, making little clips for all the people we have on, editing the honestly like I'm just gonna air it out on here. Uh I get so it starts with a D. Not kind of depressed when I put it's not depressed. It's adjacent to depressed when I put a
Disappointed?
maybe disappointed is a good word, but I put a lot of effort into specifically the guess the tempo videos that we do. Like
And it gets no love.
yeah, and more than like our spot like less love than our spotlights and stuff like that. And I know why. It's because of the music that's on it, like it gets copyrighted and stuff like so it doesn't get pumped into
The
the
algorithm.
algorithms and stuff like that. S- So I get so like de- disappointed, depressed, whatever it is, when I'm editing these videos every week and I put I put a lot of time
That's
and I
okay.
try to make sure I try to make that at least look like an actual show. As much as I can, I try to make Guess the Tempo look like it's an actual show. Like with transition points, with how we're coming in and out of the music, with when you're playing something's going like I try to make it look at like because I've thought in my like there was a point at first when I was doing them that I was just doing them to do them, and then like I started applying for video editing jobs at some places, and then I'm like, wait, what am I gonna show them that I've done that I could say, oh, I've done this. Look, like so then I started taking the guess the tempo uh episodes like that. Like, no, this
Work that you've done. Yeah.
and this is gonna have my and this is what I could show people like I could do.
Yeah, I
So
see
that's
the
why when it
credits.
goes into
Robert.
it,
Yeah.
like I try to make it look clean. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, there's some tracks that are on there that I really don't give no fucks about, that I really don't really want to put the time and effort into like making it look super dope on the drop and stuff. But I'll do it, make it look cool and all. But it gets like I said, it beats the shit out of me because I put in like bro 4 hours, 5 hours just to do that video, not including the time of recording. And that's just editing, vocals, and the video, and then rendering and stuff.
That's
Like
okay. I saw the story develop as you were saying it. And I felt that that's how you were gonna feel. Like don't and I think that's where the question of the grind is coming from in your head.
that's exactly
Because
it.
like yeah, these very small views are a little disappointing right now, but that grind is for one day eventually this work now will pay off later, maybe not in Lose the Temple, but another company or someone else will see the value that you're bringing to these videos and have you work with them, vice versa. This can go for anyone. Don't be so down on yourself for the amount of likes or the amount of plays that you get. Right now this is all just practice right now.
And that's the mindset I'm really trying to keep. But at the same time, bro, like lose the tempo is something I'm really trying to
Passionate
like.
about. Yeah,
So like when
don't
I
get
when
too hard on yourself on because if this is your passion, just keep focused on making content that you like, enjoy the work, enjoy the
bro,
process.
that's the most that part right there, enjoying the process. I try to make all of this as enjoyable as possible. I try to make when we have people come in and do an
Yeah,
interview, I try to make it like, oh hell yeah, like this is our time to
because
kick it and whatnot.
this is your guys' baby. This is shouldn't be like something you guys should stress about. When like, oh
It's
man,
so fucking
gotta
stressful.
open up the laptop again, gotta plug in it. Like, yo, I'm gonna have somebody come over. We're gonna have an interesting conversation, and we're gonna get to know them a lot better. And it works out for both parties too.
And it has been like that. I'm not gonna
Sure.
lie, it's been super enjoyable. Every time we get people in, like most times they've heard of us, they give us
Yeah, and it's
positive
growing.
feedback.
It's growing. I've seen it.
Yeah, and I honestly, that's what keeps me like, gotcha. That's what keeps me like, all right, I'll keep doing this. I'll keep like, that's what keeps me keep going, bro. Like when Popsicle came in and told us, bro, like this shit is dope. Like I see this shit going, like
Yeah, I saw that
like
he had a lot of
I'm
love and respect for you
comfortable
guys.
with you guys. I'm not comfortable with most people.
I think that was special of him to have his first interview with you guys.
Yeah,
He
and
saw the what you guys were doing, and
yeah, yeah. Like
he fucked with the vision. You know, let's build. That's what
facts.
he did.
And there's a lot of people like that, bro. Like you have no idea how many first podcasts
Or
we've had
interviews
with people.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is special for them, just as special it is for you guys. So
Yeah.
hopefully they
So
come in with that respect and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think you guys are doing just fine.
yeah. I mean, we ain't stopping.
No,
No
you guys have
time.
no. That's what I
Blank
like. You
period,
guys have
fam.
been consistently putting out content every week.
We have to.
Every week, it's crazy. I'm like, dude, I can barely.
Hard to
make a
keep up, right?
Yeah, but
It's
no,
hard to
you guys are
keep
killing
up.
it. I think you and Husky are doing a great job.
We just got a little more steps to take to, like, obviously we need equipment set up. Like that's something I really like want to. That's the next. I just want multiple cameras, bro. Cameras, not right now. We're on webcam, and it looks nice. It looks decent for what we're doing, but it really diminishes when I get into post and I really try to blow up the video and like do focus. It don't look good. It looks all blurry and shit because of the quality this is. And if we had actual cameras with actual good quality and whatnot, I would be able to do much more with this. But right now, I'm very limited off of what we have, and we're working towards it, obviously. But I feel like I know the steps we need to take. They're just very long steps, and like. I also think though I'm glad that me and him have something going on outside of just Lose the Tempo that we could focus on, because that's what makes Lose the Tempo a little more valuable, is that me and him are trying to do something outside of it too,
I feel like that would make the process more daunting if this was all you guys had. Whereas since you guys can come to this and like get away from everything else, like, oh, let's work on this now, it makes it all more enjoyable.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this has been another episode of Don Talks. Appreciate you for coming through. Fucking.
What is that? Get away from me.
Yeah, no, we're about to dip out right now. We're about to head out to the fucking low end show with Michael Sparks, fam. We're closing out the night. Me and Segera hop out, go see us. I mean, it's too late now. This video's coming out after the fact. But if you didn't see us, you missed out, because we threw a dope ass set, or we didn't. We choked, we fucked up, but you missed it.
You'll find out.
You'll find out in the next episode of Don Talks. Actually, I'll probably, after all this is over, how long did we do? Not too long. Oh shit,
An hour.
an hour. Oh shit, an hour. Not too bad. I'll probably put a clip in of how the night went, a little montage or whatever. Videos I produce, man. You'll see it. So yeah, thanks for coming through.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go enjoy the night.